Okay, so we've gotten everything marked. It's the next day. We just got tired, passed out. So the next thing we're going to do is figure out where all these wires are going. We just tested this out and it's hot. But we think that that's jumpered off to, that one there. And then that one there. We're hoping we can get rid of those. So once we start tearing everything out, it's good. So the tools we're going to be using are these. So one is this twine, and basically it just tells us if the wire is hot or not active. It lights up red if it's hot, green if it's not. The other thing we're going to be using is these two tools. So this is really awesome. And I know you think I'm probably a Klein fanboy. I'm not. I only buy tools that I think work and are really good. And again, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but you basically plug this in and it'll tell you, basically if it's open, if it's short, if it's GFCI protected or not. But you plug that in and you go over to the panel box, and it's a tone generator. So you run this up and down the panel box and it'll tell you what circuits it's on. So that way we can start tracing that out before we start tearing anything up. Okay, talk to you in a little bit. We about got this done. We've ripped out the drywall from here all the way up to the ceiling and then down the side. So here's what we found. The audio control that was down here, they left us a huge service loop, which was awesome of the guy. On the one up here, they left us about 12 inches. So we were able to get it off from way up there and pull it down to here. Not nearly as far as I was hoping. I was hoping to bring it down further, somewhere down in here. So as much as we had left, we pulled it down. I guess we're going to end up resetting all the audio controls and the amplifiers and connections between these two boxes. And then we're going to end up having to mount the trip light case above here. So it's going to be kind of head height and then going up there a little bit. But honestly, that'll end up giving us more room in the closet over here by the time we finish cutting it out for storage and some other minor things. So, it's one of those that you have to adjust as you go along. We were able to get rid of that one power outlet that was there, one in the box there. We found this one here. It goes to somewhere and it's just capped off, but it is hot. So we're just going to box it up, put the cover over it, and leave it per inspection code. And then same thing for here. We'll probably leave that one there. But what we also found was the power for this is also the power that runs the living room and both bedrooms. So we're definitely going to have to call an electrician, come in here and drop a dedicated circuit. So that way all the electronic equipment for the house has its own 20 amp circuit, not tied to anything else. So when one of the girls plugs in a vacuum cleaner, it's not going to trip everything. So these boxes down here, they'll just end up, there's the audio control 1, there's the audio control 2. We'll just end up reconnecting the alarm system back to where it was and then cap that off. And then we'll probably bring in the other dedicated circuit about right beside it. So stick with us. We'll be back later. Forgot one other thing. So the next thing that we're going to start doing before we really do anything else is we've pulled down part of the ceiling up here. We've already found that there's one wire, that control wire goes over to the automatic light that's up here. Basically, it's on the switch. So off, on. So we're just going to watch out for that. But we're going to basically come out on the inside stud where we're going to go up with all the conduit there. So we got to go up to the attic, figure out where to drill. And basically we're going to be using this super neat little awesome tool. Basically you plug it in here, turn it on, and stick it into the ceiling or drywall. And then the Magnaspot, you go to the other side of the wall and it rolls around. You move it around a little bit left and right, and it tells you exactly where to drill. No more measuring. It's just absolutely awesome compared to how you used to do it. Talk to you later. Bye. Day 3, the movers came day before yesterday, so I wasn't able to be here to work on this. And yesterday, the movers boxed everything up and brought it here. So now the house is full of boxes everywhere. So the electricians have been here this morning, and we've been figuring some stuff out. So the home inspection report was wrong. We actually do have some wired in fire extinguishers and that sort of thing. Or I mean, not fire extinguishers, alarms, fire alarms. So this one box here that we said that had a dedicated circuit to it, it's now pulled off. We traced that back out. So what it seems like is that originally the fire alarm system was supposed to be tied back to a fire monitoring system that was here. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this wire and we're going to, that goes all the way up there, we're going to relocate it over here on this wall. So that way, if we ever decided to put on a fire monitoring system, we have the advantage of doing that, but we also get rid of this wire from this wall and we clean it up. Now, this one that's right here, we figured out that that actually goes up under the house. So we're going to actually terminate that one, and underneath the house, we're just going to like pull it out, cap it off, and then label it that it's on the living room circuit. We also were able to figure out upstairs which the flooring piece to pull. So that's my next job. So basically this AdvanTech is tongue and groove. So I'm going to have to basically take a skill saw and basically set it to about a 1/2 inch, 3/8 maybe, and rip out the groove and then start taking the nailing out. And then that way we can actually get up into there so that they can pull what they need to pull from upstairs. So let's go upstairs real quick. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but I actually just marked this with a cigarette on the ground. But we're going to be pulling up this AdvanTech sheet here. Where that cigarette's marked, that's exactly where that wiring closet is. And then we're going to pull up part of this AdvanTech sheet here. They're going to be putting a leg from the roof all the way down to this stud wall. And then they're going to put that leg circuit up there, and that's going to be the control for the over-the-air antenna box. And then we're also putting a 10 gauge dedicated grounding circuit. We're going to pull that down to the stud wall, run it up under here down to the closet, and then they're going to take the ground from the closet that we're going to use for the ground all the way outside. So we will see you in a little bit. Time to get pounding on some wood.